All right, welcome back. Another episode of Plotting. This is the show where we're breaking down, we're guessing, what's happening from some sort of media property based strictly on the title. Try and figure out what's going on, and then we'll dive into it and kind of see, hey, does this have some appeal? Does it not? Again, I haven't seen any of these. I don't know what's coming. You're gonna give me the title. I'm gonna try and figure out what the hell's going on. So you got something
Yeah.
good for us. So let's jump into it. What do you got?
Today we are picking something that is trending in the number 2 spot as of this video posting.
Mm-hmm.
It's a season, a TV series. So like a season, there's
Okay.
only one.
Okay.
Sorry, I worded that very weird.
Mm-hmm.
It is a TV series.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
From 2020, and the title is Manhunt: Deadly Games.
Manhunt: Deadly Games. All right, this sounds like
Yes, Manhunt Deadly Games. Just to be very clear, because I do think that you need all the help you can get.
This one. Now you've sort of psyched me out here because this feels like it'd be pretty straightforward. But it seems like maybe you're trying to tell me that it's not that straightforward. Like it's not exactly what I would expect. Oh man. So I'm gonna say Manhunt. Was it Manhunt what?
Manhunt, and then 2 colons Deadly Game.
It's only a single colon.
Yeah, single colon. Sorry,
if they have 2 colons, be very confused. So deadly Games, Manhunt Deadly Games. I'm gonna say, and it's a TV series. God, it seems this is like just like a straight up Criminal Minds situation, something like that. That's what it seems like. I'm gonna say that's what it is, and I'm gonna say Manhunt Deadly Games. I'm going to say, it's not Criminal Minds. I'm going to say this is going to follow the bad guys, right? It's going to follow some assassins, maybe a group of assassins, maybe one assassin. No, a group of assassins. It's going to be a group of assassins have been hired to, this would be like Smoking Aces. A group of assassins have been hired to hit somebody. Deadly Games is like an evil genius type situation. They're going after the evil genius, so they got to band together. They got to do some stuff so that they can ultimately take this guy out. That's what I'm thinking. Although, man, the more I think about it, it's very possible that this is like legitimately a manhunt situation where like literally human beings hunting other human beings, like The Purge or whatever that other movie was that came out where it was like that's what they literally did, was like hunt people. It's very possible that that's what it is. As a Deadly Games, that actually kind of fits a little bit more. So maybe it's one of those things. Man, what do I say? I'm gonna say the second one. I'm gonna say I changed my mind. I'm gonna say it's the second one.
Okay.
They're actually out there. They're hunting people. It's people hunting people. There's a whole season of it. I have no idea how you have a season arc out of that, but somehow they get a season arc out of it because we're rooting for somebody who's getting hunted. That's what's happening. We're getting rooted for somebody. We're rooting for somebody who's getting hunted against their will. That's what it is. That's what
I think. Okay. The description on Netflix, and I actually could not find. I don't think I could find this on IMDb. Is despite his heroics, security guard Richard Jewell becomes a suspect in the FBI investigation of a foiled terrorist attack at the 1996 Olympics.
Oh, so this is literally just like a season of Jewel, of the Richard Jewell movie. I mean,
I think
that's
so.
What this is.
Because
this is like a serialized version of the Richard Jewell thing.
Yeah, because there's a film, not this one. I mean, there's another season that's an in-depth look at how an FBI profiler helped with the Unabomber. No, that's a different one. But it's literally called Manhunt Deadly Games from 2017 to now. So I'm a little confused. But yeah, I don't know who Richard Jewell is.
Richard Jewell, he was like the guy. He at the bombing at the Olympic Games happened, and he was like a security guard or something like that, and he reported the thing. Yeah. But then the FBI thought that it was him,
Because
and
he like
then
was so good at
yeah, I don't know
knowing
the
like
specifics, but
the
for some reason they were like, well, we think you did it or whatever, and then it turned out that he didn't, but like it like got caught nationally that he was the guy or whatever before they said like,
okay.
oh, it's not you or whatever. So that was what they made a movie about it. Like Clint Eastwood made a movie about it a couple
Okay.
years ago. But okay, so it's like a documentary series. It's like a docu-series then. It's like real footage. It's not like fictionalized. This is like real
No,
footage.
it's fictionalized. It
All right,
doesn't look
now
like real
now
footage.
now I'm
It looks like,
confused.
but it looks like it's about that event, but
Hmm.
they've turned it into like a series, kind of like The Crown.
Okay, it's like true crime. It's like serialized true crime
Yeah,
type
yeah.
situations. I gotta be honest. I think mine was way better. I think mine is way more interesting.
I actually was super pumped about your Manhunt being actual people hunting people. I could totally see how that turned into an entire series and
Yeah,
not just
100%. I mean, that's like it's kind of like
like
the.
you
I
could get
mean,
into some secret society shit. So
yeah,
like these
that's way
people
better.
are out in the open and then yeah.
And this is
They
trend. So
had
this isn't even a documentary. This is just like a fictionalized version of this, and this is trending. I don't know. This is the part I don't understand. Like I don't get it. I get it. Like watch whatever you want. Like I don't. People watch. You can watch whatever you want. I don't care. Like it's no skin off my back. If you want to watch, something that I don't agree with, like that's fine. That's why they make media properties for all different types of people, right? I have no problem. Like I try not to judge other people who are watching things and enjoying them. And if you enjoy them, like good for you. Uh, I've never understood why I would watch a fictionalized version of events that have already happened. Like I don't understand why I need a fictionalized version of that. That is basically saying like this fictionalized, but we're actually telling you what's happening, right? Not like oh, it's based on true events, so like we're taking something that seems kind of cool and then we're making it Hollywood. We're gonna change some stuff and whatever, and it's not gonna be that. But it's like we're gonna watch something like that. I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe I get it because like I love like Remember the Titans, right? Like I mean, it's one of my favorite movies, and I mean, I guess that's what it is or whatever. But like I don't know. I never really like watched Remember the Titans, and I'm like, oh yeah, remember like this is exactly how this stuff went or whatever. I just watch it because I'm like, oh, who's a really good actor? Like Denzel Washington, like he's awesome. Like
yeah,
they
I
have good
differ.
people.
I definitely like one of my favorite genres to read is historical fiction, which usually um, has taken great liberties so the stories are more interesting, right? They've taken a time
Yeah,
period and they've like created a crazy story on it. I am someone who like another one that came up that this kind of reminded me of is Mindhunter, which is talks about the
that show
FBI.
sucked. That show sucked. I watched it. That show
I love that
sucked.
show,
No, that
but
was
I
like
love
that was like
Criminal
that was like the
Minds. Like
worst. No, that was
you
like the
could
worst
give
version of
me
Criminal Minds. Like Mindhunter was like a shitty version of Criminal Minds. Like they never actually fucking caught anybody on that show. They literally never caught anybody.
that really wasn't the point of the show.
No,
So
no, no,
like
no. The whole point, the best part of that show, the best part of that entire show was the fictionalized recreations of the interviews they did with the serial killers, right? But like I'm watching that show and I'm like, all right, this is cool. They're doing this stuff, right? And he goes in, they're talking to like who they talked to. Was it what's his name? Who's the guy that killed the lady in Hollywood? Little
um,
short guy, super ugly, put the swastika on his forehead. That guy, Manson. So they're talking about like they did the thing with Manson, and like that guy was awesome. Like that actor was unbelievable. He was great. Um, so they got him in there, and they're like doing the thing. And it's like a 25-minute scene. Like it's a great scene. It's awesome. And then I get to the end of the season, I'm like, oh, so we don't actually know if this guy killed somebody or not. I was like, no, this is bullshit. I just wasted all my time. I just wasted like 10 hours of my life watching this shit, and there's no fucking conclusion. Like I didn't watch that so that I couldn't see a conclusion. Like if they would have told me that up front, maybe I could have changed my expectations. But what they said was basically like, you're gonna watch something. We're basically gonna show you the real life Criminal Minds, right? And I was like, cool. Now we're gonna see the Criminal Minds, and we're gonna see them catch some people. And then I watched it, and I was like, oh, so you fucking guys didn't catch anybody? And by the way, that ended after 3 seasons. It was actually supposed to be 5 seasons. I know that. Like David Fincher, he had a plan. He was going to make it 5 seasons. Nobody kept watching it. And you know why they didn't keep watching it? Because they didn't fucking catch any bad guys. All of a sudden, I'm fucking halfway through the 3rd
are we
season.
talking
And
about
like,
the same show?
yeah, Mindhunters. You're talking about Mindhunters on Netflix. It's a fictionalized version of
Yeah,
how they created Criminal Minds.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was directed by David Fincher. Yeah, it ended after 3 seasons. Or I don't know if they officially ended or whatever, but they haven't renewed it or whatever. He planned it to
Okay.
be 5 seasons. He wanted it to be 5 seasons. And the last season,
Okay.
they were going after I don't know, some dude with like these big 70s glasses. Like he looked so 70s. Had like whatever, but he did that. But he was supposed to kill these little kids from this community, and he would like take them out and he'd throw them in the river or whatever.
Yeah.
And and they said like, well, maybe he did it, maybe he didn't, or whatever. And at the end, literally, what it said was like, they don't actually know if he did it. And I was like, well, this is bullshit. Like, I know the reason you watch Criminal Minds is because somebody gets fucking caught or somebody gets away with it, right? Like, it's not like, oh, well, we don't know. And I'm like, well, what's the fucking point then? Like, why did I watch this? Like, what is the point of watching something if there's no fucking ending to it, right? And so that's where I'm like, no, that's stupid. Like, I don't want to see something where it's like that. If what you're trying to tell me is like, hey, I'm going to tell you something cool about history, well, then why not just show me a documentary? Like, why not just tell me a documentary? Because at least in the documentary, I know that they're not gonna like tell, like, at least then I'm not upset that there's no fucking ending to it, right? Like, because it just ended. They were just like, oh, by the way, nah, we fucked up. We didn't really know. And I was like, what was the fucking point? Like, what was the point? I just watched that for no fucking reason. But if it was a documentary, now I can get some like real life, like, okay, here's kind of what happened or whatever. And then I'm not expecting them to have solved any of the crimes. Right? But if you're gonna put a fucking criminal show on there, you're gonna tell me like, here's what happened. There better be a fucking ending to it. Like, it better end at some point where it's like, that's the guy who did it. You know, like, because otherwise, I mean, like, whatever. And like, he doesn't.
I feel
even
like they did it to be creepy, even though like we know, like,
no, they didn't. No,
not...
that's the real thing. No. They did it based on real events. Like,
I know.
He literally, they don't know if he did it. They have no idea if he did it or not.
It sounds like
that's a shitty ending.
You want to lean into like fictional things when like they were stuck with like the reality of life.
No, but it's a recreation of it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why you would do that if you aren't going to get to an actual ending. Just show me a documentary then. Like, just make it a documentary. I don't understand. Like, it's just make it a documentary. Why does it have to be like a serialized show? That doesn't make any sense. Like, why does it have to be a fictionalized version of something that, like, I don't even know how much of that was actually real and how much of that wasn't.
People love it. Like, people really like The Crown, and they follow.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why those people are into that. But at least with The Crown, there's going to be like an ending. Like, it's going to end at some point about like, here's the ending. This is what happened. This other one, it's a fucking crime show. It's about catching criminals. And they got to the end and they were like, we don't know. And I was like, well, you're fucking shitty.
I never looked at it as a crime show about them catching the criminals. I looked at it as them discovering how criminals think. So, like, I don't care if they catch him or not, because that's not the point of the show.
The point of the show is literally that they created Criminal Minds. The point of the show is literally that they caught fucking bad guys based on psychology. That was literally the point of what they were trying to do, is that they were catching fucking criminals based on psychology. That was the entire point of what they were trying to do. And so you're sitting here and you're like, oh, well, that wasn't the point of the show. And I was like, well, so what? They wasted my fucking time. They wasted their own goddamn money. They wasted their own time. They did all that shit. And you're telling me that wasn't the point? Then what was the point of the show? What was the point of them creating something where they're going to catch criminals with psychology if they don't fucking catch any criminals with the fucking psychology? Like, they literally didn't even catch it. It was just people they had already caught. They just went and talked to people they had already caught. And they were like, hey, why'd you do it? And then the guy said some shit, and then it didn't help them catch anybody. Like, so what's the fucking point?
Not yet. It helps later.
The show's over. It's done.
I know, but like, it helps when like Criminal Minds, by the time
No, because that's fake.
Like,
that's a fake show. That's a fake show where they write in that this guy can be caught or this woman can be caught. That's what that is, right?
I'm just getting you going.
That's them getting like James Van Der Beek in there as like a 2 episode arc of James Van Der Beek in there just being creepy as shit. Like, yeah, and you know what? They fucking catch him at the end. You know why? Because it's a fucking crime show, and you should catch people in a crime show. As opposed to, oh, here, let's do some fucking Mindhunter stuff. Let's waste your goddamn time for 30 hours of 3 seasons of 10 episodes over here, and at the end, we're going to tell you, well, we have no fucking idea what we're doing. Well, you're shitty at your job. Whatever. Like, I don't care. But now I'm looking at Criminal Minds, and I'm like, whole thing is fake. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of, like when I used to watch Criminal Minds, right, it was like, okay, it's possible, right? Like, it's a possibility that that's a real thing, right? Now I watch Criminal Minds after seeing Mindhunter, and they're like, oh, well, here's the real story of Criminal Minds. And basically what I learned from that is they don't know a goddamn thing, and it doesn't fucking help them catch anybody at all. And so now I watch Criminal Minds, and I'm like, this whole fucking thing is fake. Like it's literally not even possible at all, right? And I'm sure like the later seasons were like, you know, they got real ridiculous because what are you going to do after like, you know, 700 shows or whatever?
Yeah.
But in the beginning, it was like, you know, I was like, okay, yes, some of this seems reasonable. You know, like my parents would watch it and I see it and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like they're doing some stuff. It's kind of interesting. Seems plausible, whatever. Now I see fucking Mindhunter and I'm like, this is complete fucking gibberish.
Yeah, I just like don't agree. You're
no
literally
idea.
watching the beginning of the program development and the psychology behind
They
it.
didn't develop anything.
It.
That's my point. They didn't develop anything. They just went and talked to these fucking guys that they had
That's
already
how
put
they
in prison.
developed it, though.
Yeah,
like
but they had already put him in prison, and then they were like, okay, let's take this and let's apply it. They literally applied it in the show. They were like, let's apply it to a real crime, and they did that, and they were like, oh, didn't work. What? So it doesn't fucking work is what you're telling me. Like, that's what I learned from the show. Fucking Criminal Minds is bullshit. It doesn't work. The psychology stuff doesn't fucking work. So basically, in order for cops to catch anybody, they just have to get fucking lucky, and somebody has to basically like go in and confess, basically, right? It has to look like the end of Seven, where fucking Kevin Spacey just walks in with like blood on his hands. He's like, "Oh, I think you're looking for me because I just killed 5 people in the last 5 days."
Yeah, I just disagree.
It just doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense. Like I watched the show, nothing happened. Literally, they did not complete their mission. They were like, let's talk to some crazy people, and then it'll help us catch some other crazy people. And then they were like, okay, now we have a crazy person we can go find. And then they went out and they were like, yeah, we didn't find it. And I'm like, what? So what's the fucking point? So that means it didn't fucking work. So now I've got Criminal Minds that I'm watching, and I'm like, well, this is all fake. And now I look in real life, and I'm like, well, now I don't trust any of these people. Like, I don't want you doing anything based on behavior. I have to hope that these crazy people ultimately walk in with blood on their hands and a signed confession and are willing to stand in front of a video camera and say, I did it, because I don't think these morons have any idea what they're doing. This psychology stuff is bullshit. That's what I got from that.
I disagree, and you're being a real downer right now, and you're ruining Criminal Minds.
I didn't ruin it. David Fincher ruined it. David Fincher ruined it by doing that shitty TV show.
It's all on you, and you like derailed us from the actual.
I don't even remember what the show we were talking about was about because I got so fired up about David Fincher fucking ruining Criminal Minds. He ruined the idea of Criminal Minds. And Fincher does some good stuff, but not that one. It was a real kick in the shorts. I didn't like that. I have no idea what the show's about. Sounds terrible. I'm 2 thumbs down on it. I literally have no idea what we were talking about anymore. I don't even remember the name of the show.
Manhunt, Richard Jewell.
No, it wasn't called Richard Jewell. That's the name of the Jewell was the name of the movie.
It was Manhunt, Deadly Games. I was just jogging your memory about what we were talking about.
Oh yeah, Manhunt, Deadly Games.
I thought you'd be able to get there on your own.
No, I have no idea. I'm out on this show. This sounds like a Manhunter situation or Mindhunter situation.
Mindhunter.
Where they're not going to
You're going to shit on it, at least get it right.
I did at the end. That's how forgettable it is. You know, they fucking ruined everything. I'm out on this show. I'm out on Mindhunters. I'm out on this show. I think this show sucks. I can't believe people.
Manhunt.
I think number 2.
Deadly Games.
Mine is way better. I think mine would trend number 1, 100%. I'm giving this 2 thumbs down. What are you giving this? What are you giving this show? The one that we didn't really talk about.
Probably one thumbs down because I don't hate the genre.
But you're still down on it. I don't understand. But you're still down
because I don't really understand. Like you're just doing one season on this event. I know they do that all the time, but
you want like more seasons. So you want like a series arc about the Atlanta Olympic bombings.
No, I don't. I mean, this
let's
feels
get
like
into
something.
The nitty-gritty.
This feels like something that could have been a movie that they made into a season. Like
it literally was a movie. Like they literally just made a movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I guess like what are they getting into? The episodes are probably going to feel a lot like other shows, except it's going to be just like feel really really long and I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. Maybe this would be a better option than the movie. I'll probably still watch it. I mean, that's the reality of how I operate, is that I'm not super interested in it.
But you're going to watch it. So it's a 1 thumbs up. It sounds like a 1 thumbs up situation.
No, I would watch things that are 2 thumbs down. I don't think, I mean, you know this, but I just don't think you are not wrapping your head around how I pick movies.
No, it sounds like you're a sheep and you just
Like,
listen to whatever
I
Netflix
give
says. Like if
people a
Netflix says something, you're just
chance.
like, here it is.
No, I give, like, if someone's like, oh, this might be a good movie, then I give it a chance. I don't just say no because I come to my own conclusion and my own plot line. And when it doesn't live up to that, I don't say, oh, my plot is better, and then I don't watch the movie and give everything 2 thumbs down.
Isn't that literally coming to my own conclusion? Isn't that literally what I'm doing? I'm like literally coming to my own conclusion about why my plot is better. Like that's I don't understand. I mean, it felt like it was a critique of me, and yet you basically just described exactly what I've been doing for the last like 25 minutes or however long we've been doing it. It sounds exactly like what this was. So I feel pretty good about what I came to. I think my answer was correct. I think your answer is confused. It does surprise me that you're going to watch this, but okay.
I
All right.
didn't
So
say I was going to watch it. I just said I wouldn't walk away if it was on the
you
TV.
literally said you're probably still going to watch it. Like that's pretty sure. It's
I'm
a
probably
verbatim
still going to
quote.
end up watching it, and then I wasn't able to finish
Right,
my
and
whole
then
thing before you started interrupting me.
I don't understand what's happening
And I
here.
got sidetracked, and it is your fault.
This makes no sense. So all right. So I've given this 2 thumbs down. I'm giving Mindhunters 2 thumbs down. I'm giving the idea of Criminal
Manhunt Deadly
Minds 2
Games.
thumbs down. So I think we did it. You're neutral on this one. That's fine. So all right. So I think we did it here. We broke this one down. Sort of. We broke some other stuff down. This is a very jam-packed episode. A lot of things
This was
happening here.
jam-packed. I didn't like any of it. This is my least favorite episode we've ever done.
The least favorite one? I don't know. I thought my Mindhunters take was pretty good, but okay, whatever. It's fine. You just don't appreciate good cinema. That's the problem. See, that's the problem.
No.
That's why you get 97% on some bullshit like this, and I don't. That's the
I
difference.
didn't get
I'm
97% on this one.
I have a discerning palate. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So all right, so we did it. Anybody's got comments on this? Honestly, I don't even care about this Mindhunter or this Manhunt bullshit. I really just want people to comment about fucking Mindhunter and tell me how correct I am about how fucking unsatisfying the end of that show was. Where they were like, oh, by the way, like all that stuff that we've been selling you didn't fucking work. It was all bullshit. You could just agree with me. It's fine. So you can do that there. You can email us. What's the email?
It is info.plotting@gmail.com.
Right, so you can hit us there. We'll put this up as a podcast. If you like it, we'd appreciate if you subscribe to it. And unsubscribe, resubscribe, do whatever you want. I don't care. Do that sort of thing. Comment here, like this, all that stuff. We appreciate people watching. We appreciate sticking with us through whatever the hell this today was. I have no idea. We appreciate that, and we will see everybody next time.